Hello, dear viewers of the Fairy on the Mountain channel. Dear friends, there are roads in life that we must walk alone, facing hardships and struggles that cannot be shared with anyone. Cherish those moments, for after all, we only have one life to live. Let go of distant illusions. There's no need to dwell on the past or dream excessively about the future. Focus your thoughts on the present moment. It is peace itself. Are troubles truly detestable? When your children no longer trouble you, it means they've grown up and left your embrace. When your parents no longer trouble you, it could mean they're no longer in this world. When your lover no longer troubles you, it's likely they've found someone else. When your friends no longer bother you, it often signals a separation that cannot be mended. In truth, people need one another to resolve countless matters. Through the give and take of helping each other, we dissolve worries, form bonds, experience fascinating events, and gain new knowledge. That is life. So, treasure those who trouble you and be thankful if anyone seeks you out. Life is like that. Sometimes we can do countless good deeds and no one remembers. But one small mistake, and all eyes will scrutinize us, even down to the way we breathe. Therefore, as human beings, don't fret too much about others' judgments. Live for tomorrow, for the beauty ahead, and most importantly, live so that you won't feel ashamed when you look back on today. Time is like a train moving forward. Once it leaves the station, it never turns back. Life can sometimes be very simple. Once you've made a choice, stand firm with your decision and don't look back with regret. Humans are inherently contradictory. We long to be understood but fear being seen through. Some worries become more tormenting the more we think about them. But when we finally understand them, they pierce the soul. If someone truly waits for you, they'll wait until the end. But if they've grown distant, the moment you turn away, they'll already be holding someone else's hand. In this world, many people may smile at you, but very few will truly hold you in their hearts. If the past has left scars, let them rest. Don't carry that burden into your future. Let what has withered fade away. What's gone should not be clung to. Maturity isn't just about gaining. It's also about losing, about those moments when we must let go to trade for strength and resilience. Live a life without resentment, without regret, and with enough compassion to love yourself. A potato-filled cart cannot compare to a single shining gem. If I have a cake and share half with you, that's friendship. If I take just one bite and give you the rest, that's love. If I give it all to you, that's a mother's love. But if I hide it and tell you I'm hungry, that's the nature of life. When a man falls into poverty, he'll see who truly cares for him. When a woman faces unattractiveness, she'll know who will never leave her. When life becomes difficult, you'll discover who wholeheartedly worries for you. Companionship isn't just about wealth, and appreciation isn't just about beauty. Time doesn't preserve wealth or looks. It only holds on to sincerity. Days and months won't create love or truth, but they will reveal the hearts of others. Life doesn't always need to be clearly divided into black and white. There's a saying, water that's too clear has no fish. A person too perfect has no friends. Arguing with family may win you a point, but it loses affection. Calculating with a lover may settle matters, but it erodes feelings. Competing with friends may earn you victory, but it ends friendships. When people argue, they often aim for logic and forget that what's lost is affection. What remains is the hurt. Let time prove things. Let go of stubbornness. Add a little enthusiasm, calmness, and warmth, and life will always have sunlight. Don't aspire for everyone to understand you, nor hope that everything goes your way. All you need is a pure heart and passion. When trouble arises, find joy within yourself. No matter how busy you are, don't forget to embrace happiness. Preserve your youth, cherish your health, and always respect others while cultivating tolerance. The sea becomes vast because it embraces 100 rivers. Be grateful to friends for their support and opponents for strengthening your resolve. When faced with complications, don't rush to conclusions, especially in anger. Look at matters from different perspectives. Turn major problems into minor ones, and minor ones into nothing. Face work not as a burden but with positivity and joy. See work as life, as art, and you'll find pleasure in it. Life is short, just a few decades. Don't do things that leave you with deep regret. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Sadness passes, and happiness is just another day. Don't let meaningless gossip weigh on you. Life will be serene, and your spirit will be light. Life isn't about having hope to persevere, but persevering to create hope. It's not about having opportunities to seize them, but not giving up so opportunities appear. It's not about understanding before working, but working to gain understanding. It's not about maturing to take on responsibility, but living responsibly to truly mature. Wealth doesn't make sharing possible. Sharing makes one wealthy. When trouble comes, quiet your heart and find a space to let your mind rest. Even the smallest wildflowers bloom to add color to life. The world suddenly becomes more beautiful. Give yourself wings of freedom. Step through pain and attachments, and be someone who smiles joyfully. Forget years and age. Don't let time make you weary. No matter how old you are, as long as your spirit feels young, that's enough. Life operates in its own way. The future is always ahead. Just take bold steps forward. Resist the temptations of fame and fortune. They are external possessions. A simple, ordinary life is the greatest happiness. We often make a common mistake, taking someone's kindness for granted. One day they falter slightly, and we immediately forget all the good they've done. People tend to remember others' flaws and criticize their weaknesses, thinking they are superior. The more we observe the world, the more we see its weaknesses. The more we scrutinize, the harder it becomes to accept. In truth, looking at others is like gazing into a mirror. If we frown or glare, we're sure to see an unpleasant reflection. As a result, both we and others feel disheartened. A small flaw in someone else, through our eyes, can grow as bothersome as a thorn in the skin or a needle piercing the eye. Until we remove it, we won't feel at ease. Remembering others' mistakes is like punishing ourselves with their wrongs, making us live in perpetual discomfort. Thus, keep in mind others' good traits. For their shortcomings, show a bit of tolerance. Over time, you'll see that everyone has something worth learning. If your heart only holds good things, the world will become infinitely more beautiful. Remembering others' virtues is far better than dwelling on their flaws and harboring resentment, dragging yourself through life in pain and bitterness. There are three primary concerns in life: your own affairs, which are for you to decide; others' affairs, which belong to them to manage; nature's affairs, which are beyond human control. Most of our worries come from meddling in others' business or fretting excessively over the workings of the universe. To find peace and freedom, simply focus on managing your own responsibilities. No matter how well you live, you can't be loved by everyone. Even if you achieve great success, people will still have good and bad things to say about you. Life is like that. Some will adore you, and others will despise you. The eagle doesn't need applause to soar high. The wildflowers in the deep forest don't need admirers to release their fragrance. Live honestly and generously. Put your whole heart into your efforts. Lift others up rather than tear them down. If someone is worth it, cherish them. If happiness comes, safeguard it. Stay close to those who bring you joy, and love those who move your heart. In life, not everything that goes your way is necessarily good. The sun won't skip rising in the morning just because you're unhappy. The moon won't stop setting at night just because you're resentful. Life is like a glass of water. Whether it's hot or cold, it's drinkable at the right temperature. Whether the taste is sweet, bitter, or spicy, if it suits your palate, it's delicious. The 4 seasons cycle: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And each is beautiful in its own way when it aligns with your mood. Everything that fits you is happiness. Keep a little purity in your heart. Criticizing others' faults reflects poorly on yourself. Complaining about others' shortcomings makes you appear unkind. A person who's overly authoritarian will have no friends. A heart too narrow will only make you weary. Only love can create affection. Only kindness can embrace the entire world. When you have time, sit quietly and reflect on your mistakes. When you're idle, avoid gossiping about the world's good and bad. Harsh words don't harm the body directly, but they can hurt one's virtue deeply. Don't be overly cruel when criticizing others. Leave room for leniency. Accepting others creates opportunities for yourself. A tolerant person uses a kind heart to face the world. What is the most important thing in life? Some say it's wealth, yet many waste their health and ruin their spirit chasing after it. Others say it's status and reputation, yet people endlessly strive for position, fight for power, and devise countless schemes for vanity. But when no one cares anymore, status and fame lose their meaning. That's why we say these things don't truly matter. Living each day well is what's essential. Take care of your health, eat and rest properly, plant seeds of kindness, and live peacefully with joy and gratitude. Life is written page by page. Many may look at you, but few will truly understand you. Many may talk about you, but few will offer help. You may have countless encounters, but only a few will be trustworthy. In the end, tears must be wiped away by your own hands. Pain must be endured by yourself. If no one understands, strive harder. If no one helps, push yourself further. Don't expect everything to go your way. Just aim to live without regret. Sometimes what should be said, say it. If not, remain silent. That's a form of wisdom. What should be done, do it wholeheartedly. If not, step back. That's understanding. What should be shown, express it clearly. If not, retreat into quiet. That's intelligence. Trust people, but don't depend on them. Accept credit if it's due, but don't seek undeserved rewards. The road is walked step by step. Relationships are built little by little. Life is written through experiences. No one lives an entirely smooth life. No one is free from pain. As long as you maintain a positive mindset, everything will improve. The more we observe the world, the more we see its flaws. Watching others is like looking in a mirror. If we frown or scowl, the reflection will return the same unpleasantness. This exchange leaves both sides unhappy. A small mistake in others' eyes becomes as significant as a thorn piercing our skin, and only by removing it do we find comfort. Remembering others' faults is like punishing ourselves with their wrongdoings, making our days filled with dissatisfaction. Thus, we should focus on others' good points. Be tolerant of their shortcomings, and over time, you'll see that everyone has something worth learning. A heart filled only with positivity will see a beautiful world. Remembering others' kindness is far better than holding onto grudges, which only leads to bitterness and pain. Life revolves around three main categories of responsibility. Your own matters, which you must decide for yourself. Other people's matters, which they must handle. The universe's matters, which are beyond human control. Most of our worries come from forgetting to focus on our own matters, meddling in others, or stressing over uncontrollable issues. To find peace, simply take care of your own responsibilities. No matter how well you live, not everyone will like you. No matter how successful you are, there will always be opinions. Some will admire you, and some will resent you. That is life. The eagle soars high without needing applause, and wildflowers bloom beautifully in remote mountains even if no one notices. Live with honesty, generosity, and effort. Lift each other up instead of pulling each other down. If something is worth cherishing, treasure it. If happiness exists, protect it. Draw close to those who bring you joy. Love those who move you. And value life even if it doesn't always go your way. The sun won't stop rising just because you're upset, and the moon won't stop shining because you're angry. Life is like a glass of water. Whether hot or cold, it's drinkable when it suits your taste. Seasons change, spring, summer, fall, winter. But each can be beautiful if it aligns with your mood. Happiness lies in what suits you best. Being overly critical of others makes us unpleasant. Blaming others' shortcomings is a reflection of our own imperfections. A person who is overly stubborn has no friends. One with a narrow heart will only tire themselves. Only love creates meaningful connections and allows us to embrace the world. Take time to reflect on your own faults and avoid gossiping about others. Harsh words may not harm you directly, but they can erode your virtue. Criticism, if it must be expressed, should be kind. Tolerance is about accepting others, which opens opportunities for yourself. A tolerant person uses a kind heart to face life. What is the most important thing in life? Some say it's money, but many sacrifice health and happiness chasing it. Others say it's status and fame, yet people often lose themselves in the pursuit. In truth, the most important thing is living each day well. Take care of your health, eat mindfully, and live peacefully with kindness. Life is written one page at a time. Many may look at you, but few truly understand you. Many may talk about you, but few will genuinely help. Encounters may be plenty, but true connections are rare. At the end of the day, we wipe our own tears and bear our own pain. If no one understands you, strive harder. If no one helps, push forward on your own. Don't expect everything to go your way. Just ensure you have no regrets. Speak only when needed. Silence can be a form of wisdom. Act wholeheartedly when necessary. Retreat gracefully when it's time. Show your emotions clearly, but also know when to step back. Trust in others, but don't rely too heavily. Accept rewards for your efforts, and let go of what you haven't earned. Life is a journey taken step by step. Relationships are built bit by bit. No one's path is entirely smooth, and no one is free from sorrow. With a positive mindset, everything becomes better. At times, a harsh word can spark conflict, while a kind one can create harmony. Advising someone may require many words, but one careless comment could destroy everything. So, think carefully before speaking to avoid regret. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Focus on their strengths and avoid unnecessary criticism. Instead of watching others' successes, strive quietly to improve yourself. Life isn't a battlefield. There's no need to win or lose against others. With empathy, misunderstandings will decrease. With patience, conflicts will dissolve. Some situations require endurance, and some people require compromise. It's not always necessary to compete for superiority. Seeking approval from everyone is futile because each person has their own views and individuality. To live a fulfilling life, lighten your ego and think from others' perspectives. The more open-hearted you are, the more joy you'll find. Broaden your tolerance and the more you'll gain. When you feel tired, try changing your perspective. When under pressure, seek a new environment to breathe. In doubt, reassess your stance. When hesitant, explore new directions. No matter if it's family, friendship, or love, people fear sincerity being met with betrayal. Trust misplaced feels like a dagger to the heart. To gain trust, make yourself trustworthy. When you are reliable, the world will willingly trust you. Even the tallest tree needs its roots. No matter how successful someone is, they must remember their foundations. Gratitude is the key to winning hearts. Those who help you in hardship, guide you in ignorance, and stand by you in struggle deserve your lifelong thanks. Ultimately, if you prioritize wealth, you'll exhaust yourself. If you center your life on your children, you'll become worn out. If you chase love endlessly, you'll invite pain. If you focus on winning, you'll never find peace. But if you embrace tolerance and contentment, you'll discover happiness. Live with gratitude, embrace life's imperfections, and find joy in the present moment. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the light ahead. Happiness isn't about avoiding calamities or illnesses. It isn't found in the thunderous applause when you succeed, but in the quiet encouragement from someone who tells you, "Hey, keep going," when you're at your lowest. Happiness isn't in the sweet words you've heard, but in someone reassuring you with, "It's okay. I'm here with you," when you're heartbroken and in tears. Happiness isn't about retreating to a temple to find peace. It's about building a tranquil sanctuary within your soul amid life's chaos. Joy is as vast as the sky and earth, while sorrow is as deep as the boundless seas. Embrace joy without clinging to it, and let sorrow come and go freely. Life offers both sweetness and bitterness, sunny days and rainy ones. These contrasts reflect nature's harmony. Navigating life requires understanding its ups and downs. Failures are inevitable. There's hardly anyone who hasn't stumbled. However, what matters is the ability to stand up again. Those who achieve greatness are often the ones who have faced the most setbacks. Lamenting or waiting for someone to rescue you after falling won't change your life. Only you decide the direction of your journey, and your ability to rise determines your future's promise. Understanding oneself is equally important. People often believe they know themselves best, but the truth is quite the opposite. Seeing into the depths of your soul is one of life's hardest challenges. In the storms of life, we can lose sight of our wounds from battles fought or the quiet places beyond the noise and vanity. This lack of self-awareness leads to great suffering, leaving us unable to recognize the true joy hidden behind the sorrows of existence, or the genuine connections amidst the vast sea of humanity. Clinging to the past is another source of unrest. Dwelling on former glory or unfinished business traps us in regret. It's easy to romanticize the past, cherishing memories that fade like smoke or lamenting missed opportunities, but holding on to these thoughts only brings unease. Yesterday is like a rainstorm that has passed. Tomorrow is an unwritten film yet to unfold. Life moves forward, and so must we. Letting go is essential. Carrying the weight of people and things that have departed is like bearing a boulder on a journey of thousands of miles. True liberation lies in releasing not just material attachments but also the mental burdens of guilt and sorrow. If you don't let go, these negative emotions will slowly poison your soul, robbing you of peace. Life is like a book with pages of joy and sorrow, pain and happiness. Each day is a new chapter. Without variety, the story would lack depth and meaning. Hardships teach us to cherish happiness, and the ebb and flow of relationships remind us to follow life's natural rhythm. As children, happiness comes from simple things. As adults, simplicity becomes the source of happiness. To lead a meaningful life, engage in goodness and cherish what is wholesome. For good deeds bring joy to both yourself and others. Often, when people approach happiness, they become anxious about holding on to it. The more you possess, the greater the responsibilities you bear. Life is never absolute. Gains and losses balance one another. Like the sun, which shines brightly but occasionally dims, life is a blend of light and shadow. Time in a human life is fleeting, just 2.5 minutes. 1 minute to smile, 1 to sigh, and a half to love. Appreciate what's worth treasuring, and let go of what's not. Some people are unforgettable because you can't bear to let them go. Others must be forgotten because they don't deserve to stay. Don't trust only your eyes, as they often see what your heart desires. Many things of true value are overlooked. Life requires the cooperation of many. No one walks alone. No matter how difficult today may seem, believe that yesterday is gone, and tomorrow is sure to come. Don't mourn the past, for it's already behind you. Don't fear the future, for it hasn't arrived yet. When misunderstood, stay silent. When criticized, don't argue. When faced with gossip, don't defend yourself. Silence isn't a sign of fear or weakness. It's a way to let time prove your worth. Sometimes, silence brings more peace than pouring out your heart. To grow, learn to discard unnecessary burdens, insincere friends, meaningless indulgences, and idle talk. Instead, hold on to confidence, kindness, humility, and simplicity. Adulthood is a process of embracing life's harsh realities with courage, optimism, and gratitude for every moment. Life is precious, and being born into this world is an invaluable gift. Life is fleeting, just 100 years at most, and we all must leave one day. Live meaningfully so that when the time comes to part, you can smile with no regrets. Not forgiving is like being imprisoned. A prison is a place where offenders are confined. Similarly, our hearts can become prisons where we lock away those who have wronged us. We guard the keys, ensuring they remain trapped. We might think we're holding them captive, but in truth, we are imprisoning ourselves. Forgiveness is liberation. Let go of hatred and grudges. They weigh you down, making your journey through life exhausting and miserable. Live simply, let go of the past. It's called letting go. Avoid being overly obsessed with the future. That's called contentment. Don't cling to those who've left you. That's peace of mind. Don't be bitter about your unachieved efforts. That's acceptance. Don't be restless for things you lack. That's composure. And don't lose yourself in the chaos of life. That's tranquility. Recognize that your life exists in every breath you take. That's mindful living. Avoid speaking words that wound others. That's kindness in speech. Before acting, consider if it might bring suffering to yourself or others. That's compassion. In the latter half of life, learn to be calm. Silence in the face of misunderstanding doesn't mean cowardice, but rather wisdom to let time prove the truth. Sometimes, silence helps us find peace more than venting our frustrations. As we grow older, learn to be composed. Avoid arguments over trivial misunderstandings. Use time and labor to let emotions settle. Stop regretting. Life is full of crossroads and choices. Once a decision is made, accept it and move forward without looking back. Embrace simplicity. Overthinking complicates life. Relish simple joys, like the aroma of food or the pleasure of a conversation. Remain tranquil. A calm mind strengthens the body and prolongs life. Inner peace is true happiness. Be carefree at times. Some things are better left unclear, some people better left behind. If we focus only on remembering without forgetting, calculating without forgiving, or being clever without embracing simplicity, life becomes burdensome. Finally, retain the key to your happiness. Don't give it to others, whether it's your spouse, children, or colleagues. When you let others control your emotions, you surrender your well-being to them. Instead, cultivate happiness within yourself. A person who owns their joy can share it with others, creating a serene and fulfilling life. Happiness in work and life. Do not let pressure from others affect you. Where is your key to happiness? Is it currently in someone else's hands? If so, take it back immediately. Words of gratitude. Thank you to our parents for giving us life, to wise teachers for guiding us, to supportive friends for lifting us up, to the good books we've read and listened to. Thank you for the trials and hardships that have given us strength to stand tall in life. Thank you for the failures that taught us humility, for successes that allowed us to share with those less fortunate. Thank you for moral values that help us preserve virtues and let go of bad habits. Thank you for challenges that foster patience, tolerance, and hope. Thank you to adversaries and malicious people who hurt us, revealing our true worth and core values. Thank you for the trees, grass, air, wind, clouds, rivers, and creatures, reminding us to live harmoniously with all beings. Thank you to the enlightened sages who protect us with goodness and light. When we do good deeds, our hearts find peace. True happiness lies in the calmness of the soul, in understanding and compassion. Happiness is simple, knowing that we are alive and living mindfully. Life lessons I've learned. I've learned that we have the right to be angry sometimes, but that doesn't give us the right to be cruel. I've learned that if you don't control your emotions, they will control you. I've learned that building trust takes years, but destroying it takes only seconds. I've learned that you can't make everyone love you. All you can do is become someone worth loving. The rest is up to them. I've learned that instead of counting what you have in life, count how many true friends you have. I've learned that genuine friendships and true love endure despite distance. I've learned that to live happily, you must learn to forgive, not only others but also yourself. Of all these lessons, the one I hold dearest is this. Sometimes we have the right to be angry, but we don't have the right to be cruel. There have been many times when I felt wronged and wanted to retaliate, but doing so would only make me worse. Let go of what can be let go. Anger will pass, but deep relationships and inner peace are what truly matter. Before speaking, learn to listen gently. Before criticizing others, reflect on and critique yourself. Priceless gifts that money can't buy. There are gifts you don't need to buy, yet they are incredibly meaningful and valuable when shared with friends, loved ones, or even yourself. The gift of listening. Truly listen. Share someone's pain or joy. Listen not only with your ears but with your whole heart. The gift of caring. Dedicate time to care for family, friends, and colleagues. Treat their problems as your own, and let them feel your love through your actions. The gift of a smile. A smile is a silent language that spreads joy faster than anything else. It doubles happiness and lightens sorrow. Share smiles with everyone around you. The gift of compliments. Simple, sincere words like, "You look radiant today," "You did a great job," or "The meal was amazing," can uplift others and spread positivity. The gift of creativity. Every day, do something small yet unexpected for your loved ones. In return, you'll be surprised by the delightful things they do for you. The gift of silence. Cherish quiet moments of solitude and offer others the gift of silence when needed. The gift of gratitude. A simple thank you with a genuine smile is the best way to show appreciation for someone's kindness or support. These priceless gifts bring joy to both the giver and the receiver. A closing thought. Water the garden of your life before your tears run dry. Live wholeheartedly before your time runs out. Thank you for listening and following along. May you find peace, happiness, success, and prosperity in your journey. Remember to cherish the wisdom of the great minds and sages who have gone before us. We hope this message brings value to your life. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us at Fairy on the Mountain for more insights on finding true peace and happiness. See you in our next video.